So the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he has decided that he wants a trade. He's requesting it, or so they say. The team and him have come to an agreement. This brother goes back and forth like a song I remember. This dude is now looking for a place to continue his career. What I want to know from the Giannis fans out there and the Milwaukee fans, how you feel about it. Now, I know the Free Giannis campaign has been going on. Everybody's saying, he's been in purgatory, I guess, out there in Milwaukee, not able to get it done because of the inequities, I guess, of the team, or, the team's ineffectiveness to put a championship caliber team around him. Giannis's career has been star-studded, of course. 2-time league MVP, defensive player of the year, one of the all-time greats, definitely one of the greatest to ever come from overseas. He's still a top 5 player in the league and might be playing his best basketball right now of his entire career. So shout out to Giannis from an individual standpoint. But I remember when he used to talk about how he wanted to retire in Milwaukee, how he wasn't going to do the same thing that a Kevin Durant did because he was loyal. He's going to stay with a team. It wasn't about that. It was about loyalty. It wasn't about the championships. Now, I guess it's about a winning situation, trying to win a championship, which is funny to me. I don't care either way. I think the player first has the option to make that choice, whatever you want to do. People talk about Dirk Nowitzki staying with the Mavericks for his entire career, Kobe staying with his squad for his entire year, Tim Duncan. The difference is, it's context, right? Kobe wanted out for the same reason Giannis wants out, a championship situation. The Lakers did not trade him. They ended up finding a way to put a championship team around him, which is what he wanted. It wasn't about the location so much as the objective, the vision, the goals. And they made it happen. Tim Duncan, at one point, the team was thinking about moving him, but they didn't, and he stayed there. Dirk, as far as I know, was always the team wanted him. He didn't want to go anywhere. Great story. But truthfully, to me, when it comes to basketball, it's the players first to me, and the fans a close second, because we're watching the game, but and they're playing for us, the fans. The players are playing for the fans, no doubt. And to the fans, to the players, the fans come first. I get that. But I try to take up for the player because they're the one that gave their whole life, put all their energy into being the greatest out there. And it's a tough job to get when you're talking under 500 people in the world get the job. And there's thousands upon thousands, really millions, trying to get that job. So Giannis can go do what he wants to do, but let's put his career in perspective. He's going for a championship is why he's leaving. Kevin Durant's situation, he left while he was in his prime, went to a team that was already a team that was well put together. Even though they had lost the championship the year before, they had won a title before that. He got flack for that. Wanted him to stay in OKC. He hadn't won a championship yet, so I know a lot of people will say that. Giannis has won a championship. Again, context, albeit on a year when it was a down season, a lot of star players were injured, and you beat the team that's in front of you. He had one of the greatest finals appearances ever with the numbers he put up, but it was the Phoenix Suns, led by Chris Paul as their best player, and it is what it is. He won. But since then and before then, there was a knock on could Giannis lead a team to a championship. So we've seen it done. But he was also being put on the same pedestal as a LeBron James, a Kevin Durant, a Steph Curry. And we haven't seen him be the best player on a championship team other than the once. And I think he knows that and wants more. And I can't blame him for it. Now, Milwaukee did try. They tried to bring Dame Lillard in. That experiment went south Dame got hurt. Not a lot of that on Dame. But they broke up everything when they had players in place like Holiday and Middleton and those guys that they had won before. Middleton was starting to go on the downturn. But hey, I think they've put some players around him. And Giannis, overall, from a championship perspective, hasn't delivered on a consistent basis. And I'm measuring him with the all-time greats. His talent level is worthy of being compared to. So he's a champion, no doubt. He's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. In my opinion, he's probably one of the 20 greatest players of all time. Definitely one of the 30th greatest players. But he has the potential where if he could lead a team more times to a title than he has, you might be talking about him top 10, top 5 all time. That's how his talent screams when you watch him play. So how y'all feel about him looking for another spot? Where should he go? Golden State is interested. We hear rumblings of Houston interested. I personally think the Lakers need to take a hard look at it because him and Luka, I think, would be special together. Him and the Joker would be special together as well. So those are places he could go. Oklahoma City, that would be the rich getting richer, but it makes a lot of sense. They have the most number 1 picks to give a franchise. They could reset Milwaukee to draft toward the future because Milwaukee isn't a free agent destination. So you got to build from the draft. So you would want to work with OKC, and OKC can maybe send 1 star that way, not Shea. And it's a come up no matter who they send outside of Shea. So that's something Milwaukee should look at. The Houston combination, him and Kevin Durant, I think that could work. Him and Steph Curry with Steve Kerr running it, I think that could work. But they don't have Draymond. They don't have, well, they have Draymond, but he's on the downturn. He's not the Draymond he used to be. They don't have Clay anymore. It's not quite the same Golden State, so I don't think they get the same results. But where do y'all think he should go? Where is a good team for Giannis to go and position himself for a championship? All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know who it is, and you know who you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. And I'm coming at y'all with that fire as always on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.